Good morning. So we can go through the sixth module of chemical process calculation, thermochemistry, energy balance. So at first we can go through standard heats. The first one is the standard heat of a reaction. Standard heat of a reaction is a change in enthalpy of a system at a constant temperature. It can also be defined as a difference between the enthalpy of product and enthalpy of a reactant. If the standard heat of a reaction is a positive value, it is called an endothermic reaction. If it is a negative value, it is called an exothermic reaction. If the reaction taking place is a combustion reaction, then the standard heat of a reaction is also called standard heat of a combustion. The next one is standard heat of formation. The heat evolved or absorbed during formation of 1 mole of a substance is called a standard heat of formation. That is the heat evolved or absorbed during the formation of 1 mole of any compound or a substance. The enthalpy of formation is 0 for elements, that is elements like oxygen, O2, N2, etc. They have an enthalpy of formation is 0. So next we can go through Hess's law of constant heat summation. It states that the net heat evolved or absorbed in a chemical reaction is same whether the reaction takes place in a single step or in a series of steps. So Hess's law is an important in the exam point of view, and also it is applied in many chemical industries as an important in the material balance of a chemical reaction. So let us take an example for Hess's law. The calcium plus R4 gives CaO. So the first reaction, delta H naught equal to minus 635.8 kilojoule, and second reaction is delta H naught equal to minus 393.8 kilojoule, and the third reaction is minus 178.2 kilojoule. If we take the sum of these three reactions, we will get another reaction, that is calcium plus carbon plus 3 by 2 auto gives CaCO3, and its delta H naught can be calculated by taking the sum of these three delta H naught, that is minus 635.8 plus minus 393.8 plus minus 178.2 kilojoule, that would be equal to minus 1207.8 kilojoule. So this is an example problem for Hess's law of constant heat summation, and problems like this or similar to this are asked in the exam point of view. So we will go to the next example. The next example is based on the Dulong's formula. The Dulong's formula is given as gross heating value equal to 338.2 Wc plus 1442.8 Wh net plus 94.2 Ws, where Wc, Ws and Wh net are the weight percentage of carbon, sulfur and net hydrogen, and the weight percentage of net hydrogen equal to weight percentage of hydrogen minus weight percentage of oxygen divided by 8. So in this problem we have given the weight percentage of carbon as 75%, hydrogen as 5%, nitrogen as 1%, oxygen as 9%, sulfur 1%, moisture 2% and ash 9%. So and given that the latent heat of vaporization of water is 2370 kJ per kilogram of water. So in every material balance problem we must first write the basis, and in this problem we will assume the basis as 1 kilogram of coal burnt. So the gross heating value according to Dulong's formula is given here, and if we substitute for the gross heating value, we will get as 338.2 into 75 plus 1442.8 into 3.875, which is the WH net, and WH net we will get from the above equation as WH equal to 5% minus WO equal to 9% and 9 by 8 equal to 3.875 plus 94.2 into Ws equal to 1%. So we will get as 31050 kilojoule per kilogram of coal. A water present in the combustion product can be formed by 0.05 into 18.016, which is the molecular mass of water, divided by 2.016 plus 0.02, which would be equal to 0.4668 kilogram per kilogram of coal. This 0.05 is the amount of hydrogen in the weight percentage, which will be turned into weight fraction and which is turned into mole fraction. A heat liberated on condensation equal to 0.4668 into 2370. The 2370 is the latent heat of vaporization and 0.4668 is the water present. So the heat liberated on condensation would be the water present into the latent heat of vaporization of water. That would be equal to 1106.4 kilojoule per kilogram of cold. So the net heating value equal to gross heating value minus the heat liberated on condensation. That would be equal to 31050 minus 1106 equal to 29944 kilojoule per kilogram. So next go to the next example problem. So the vapor phase hydration of ethylene to ethanol is given by this equation. C2H4 plus H2O gives C2H5OH. So you must need to calculate the standard heat of reaction if the following data is available. 2CO2 plus 3H2O gives C2H5OH plus 3O2. That is delta H0 is 1366.91 kilojoule. And also it is given that the standard heat of combustion of ethylene is minus 1410.99 kilojoule per mole, and the heat of vaporization of water and ethanol are 44.04 kilojoule per mole and 42.37 kilojoule per mole. So first we must write the equations given. So the equation given are 2CO2 plus 3H2O gives C2H5OH plus 3O2. Its delta H0 is 1366.91 kilojoule. The next three equations are given in the statement. So we must write that the standard heat of combustion of ethylene, that is C2H4 plus 3O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. It is given as delta H0 equal to 1410.99 kilojoule. The next one is the heat of vaporization of water, that is H2O liquid changes to H2O gas and C2H5OH liquid changes to C2H5OH gas, that, and the delta HV equal to 44.04 kilojoule and 42.37 kilojoule. So we must apply Hess's law here. That is taking the sum of equation A, B and D and subtracting it and equation C from it, we will get C2H4 plus H2O gives C2H5OH. That is the required equation here. And delta H0 would be equal to delta H0 of A plus delta H0 of B plus delta H0 of D whole minus delta H0 of C. That would be equal to minus 45.75 kilojoule. This is another application question of Hess's law. So next one is the derivation, that is the effect of temperature on the standard heat of a reaction. Every chemical reaction can be represented in this format, that is sigma of nu I into Ai, where nu I is the stoichiometric number of a substance, that is the sum of this A, B, L and M. A, B, L and M are known as stoichiometric coefficient, and the sum of this stoichiometric coefficient is called the stoichiometric number. So this reaction can be written in this format, it is LL plus MM minus AA minus BB would be equal to 0. So the stoichiometric number would be L plus M minus AM minus B. And this equation, we will get that delta H0 would be equal to delta H0 of T1 plus del T1 to T delta Cp dt, where delta Cp equal to delta alpha plus delta beta T plus delta gamma T square. And delta alpha would be equal to sigma of nu I into alpha, and delta beta would be equal to sigma nu I into beta, and delta gamma equal to sigma nu I into gamma. So this equation can also be written and expanded as delta H0 of T equal to delta H0 of T1 plus delta alpha into T minus T1 plus half into delta beta into T square minus T1 square plus 1 by 3 into delta gamma into T cube minus T1 cube. The constant appearing in the above equation can be grouped to a single constant delta H dash. The constants in this equation are delta H0 of T1, delta alpha into T1, half into delta beta into T1 square, and 1 by 3 into delta gamma into T1 cube. So these can be summed into a single constant, that is delta H0. So the final term for delta H0 T would be equal to delta H dash plus delta alpha T plus delta beta by 2 T square plus delta gamma by 3 T cube, which would be an expression for delta H at any temperature. So this is an important derivation and problems may be asked based on this derivation, and this is the end of the thermochemistry module 6 material balance. And you must also go through the textbook of KV Narayanan, which would be of great helpful in the examination point of view. Thank you.